tell me about the commentating then. So I just remember randomly hearing your voice come on the tannoy at Risington,
Mm.
circa it would have been what 90? It was probably 95ish, something like that. But or maybe was it when I came back into karting? I just remember coming back. I was like, "Oh, Chris Hartley is commentating."
Yeah, I was still
When did
racing.
it all start
Yeah,
then?
yeah, it was. Yeah, then 95. So I was in my last sort of year or two of racing, and I didn't really ever race that much at Rizzy. I did the British Champs there and did the old practice round, but it was never really a track I raced at that often. But I used to go along and watch. Kevin Busby used to race there, to go watch
Yeah,
sometimes, and he got involved with the committee, I think, and they had
yeah,
their big meeting of the year was the Midland Championships,
yep.
which had gone on for years and years. Nigel Mansell had won it in the past. So that was their big meeting, but I can't remember if the old commentator retired or died, or I honestly don't know. I can't remember. But they said, we need a commentator. And Kevin said, well, why don't you do it? You're always here. You're not racing in it. You know most of the drivers. And it hadn't even ever occurred to me to do commentary. Not a
Mm,
chance.
mm.
And I was like, no, I don't think I could do that. Like, get on a microphone and talk all day. And nah. And it took a while. He kept going at me, and he eventually persuaded me. And I think I might have done a clubby the month before. I distinctly remember. So the commentary box there was on top of, there was a dummy grid where you used to form up before you went out for the rolling
Oh,
starts.
I might have a photo of it. Carry on talking.
And then there
I'll
was
see if I can find a photo.
the race admin porter cabin. And on top of that was basically a shed, which was the commentary box. You had to go up some rickety old, it was a wooden stairs or a ladder to get up there. But you can see the whole track up there. So I went up there and I distinctly remember it took me quite a few minutes to turn the microphone on. Like I was having a bit of a nervous breakdown, but I did it, and I'm sure it was pretty wobbly and whatever. And anyway, I got through the day, did it, and actually enjoyed it, which surprised me. And they loved it, and they said, "Well, can you come and do the Midland Championships? But can you just come and do it every month?" And I was like, "Well, really?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." So then it just started, and I just used to go there every month, get paid like 40 quid or something to go do it for a weekend. And yeah, just got into it that way. Did that for a few years. And then eventually stopped racing. I was trying to get a career going in marketing. I worked for an advertising agency as a marketing manager.
Okay.
And it was just a hobby, really. Just did that for a few years. And then I thought, well, I think I enjoy this and I'd like to do a bit more of it. So maybe I should do it, try and do it for cars, do it at proper big car racetracks. But
Yeah.
how do you become a commentator? Because there's no CV that you send in. There's no, head of recruitment. How on earth?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't even know any commentators. How'd you get into it? So, and this is how long ago this was. I wrote some actual letters with a pen and paper and posted them off to, just race circuits. Didn't even know who to address them to, and said, this is what I do. I've been commentating for several years doing karts. I'd like to perhaps try and do some more stuff. Can you let me know I get involved? And I didn't hear from any of them apart from Mallory Park.
Oh, really?
Wrote back to me, and they said, we'll put you in touch with our regular commentator, which was a guy called Andrew Wilkins. He did loads of circuit commentary. And then he got in touch with me and said, well, come along to the next one I'm doing next month and just come and meet me and see how it all works. So that's what I did. And he was really gracious, gave me loads of time and loads of advice. And obviously was willing and thought, yeah, I'd like to do this. And then I think it would have been later that year or possibly the year after. He just basically said, if anything comes up, like I'll let you know. I'll put your name forward and you can get a bit of experience. It's the only way you're going to learn.
Yeah, yeah.
And so 2000, having done sort of 4 or 5 years of kart commentary, I got a call or an email, might have been an email then, might have been advancing to technology.
Yeah, yeah.
Emails back then, from Andrew saying, I'm doing a meeting at the MG Car Club, their big meeting, MG Live at Silverstone in June or July. But we need somebody to do the pit lane. We haven't got anybody doing the pit lane interviews and the podiums. Do you fancy it? Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
My first
mega.
gig, and did that and loved it, and it went well. And then just basically picked up a few sort of stand-ins that year. People had dropped out, and Andrew would recommend me, and then he put me in touch with David Addison, who's these
Yep,
days the British Grand Prix commentator at Silverstone, and most famously, he's the ITV commentator for the BTCC.
yep,
But he was the guy that organised the rota of commentators for club events all around the country, basically, for your circuit commentators. And so I messaged him, and I met him just to say, he said, come and say hello to me. So I met him at Alton Park when he was doing a touring car circuit commentary. And
yep.
okay, he said, well, you've got some good experience. That's good. But you need to get some more experience. But I also need to see, what you like and how you work.
Mm.
I'm doing one at Silverstone next month. Come along. It's sort of in the winter, at the end of that first year of doing a few. And I went to see him, and he was commentating. I think it was the box at Woodcote Corner on the outside.
Yep.
And without any warning whatsoever, he said, right, you do the next race. And I said, well, I haven't prepped, right? Because you didn't tell me I was going to do this. And I was like, I'd have done loads of homework and prepped and, found out what's been going on with the championship, got some notes on the drivers. He said, don't worry, I just want to see what you sound like and how you deal with being thrown in. So I did a race off the blocks with him stood over my shoulder right behind
No way.
through. It was quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It must have gone okay, because then he basically got me on the rotor, and then I started getting more work through him, and it just snowballed really. The more you did it, the more people heard you, and if you got recommended, they go, oh, yeah, I heard him at Brands Hatch the other weekend. He was all right. We'll get him. So I ended up doing loads and loads, and I'd be doing like 30 weekends a year of commentating, and still overlapping that for a time at least with Rissington.
Yeah.
So I got into it. It was purely by chance, really. No plan whatsoever to be a commentator, but obviously loved motorsport. Knew I wasn't going to be in a position to earn a living out of being a racing driver. So it seemed like a good way to stay involved with the sport and actually earn a
With
better.
the sport, yeah, the sport that you're so passionate about, because
Mm.
we're all really passionate about Formula One. I mean, I'm guessing you watched like F1 with your dad, and I'm sure we'd have, that was part of the thing that made us go kart racing, wasn't it? It was something that was accessible. And the fact that you're a fan and you raced, you did karting for so many years, and you're obviously very passionate about it, and you've managed to create something out of your passion. And it's absolutely, that's the thing you've got to strive for in life, isn't it? You've got to do something that you enjoy doing.
Oh yeah, that's what I say to my kids. Like, if you possibly can, whatever it is, just do something that you enjoy as a job, because you spend so long in your job. 8-10 hours a day. Some people commute for 2 or 3 hours just to get there and back. You might work late nights. You're working so you work out the amount of percentage of your life that's working compared to just enjoying yourself and being with your family.
Yeah.
It's a high percentage. Yeah, it's like 60-70%. So I mean, not everybody has the choice or the chance to do it, but if you possibly can, just do something you really want to do, because then it's not like work. And that's, you got to live and die by that. So eventually I started a career in marketing. So I worked in a marketing department in a bit like David Brent in The Office, in a big paper merchant.
Amazing.
I had great fun, learnt loads, had a good time doing it, enjoyed it. And then I ended up in an advertising agency working with clients and working with the art department and copywriters and getting advertising done and brochures made. And I loved all that.
Yeah.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. Like, I really enjoyed it. And then one day, when I've been doing that for a few years, but also commentating at weekends, I had a look at my boss at the time, who would really have been about 40 years old. And he looked so like dog tired, and he'd been working weekends and nights, and he just looked like he wasn't enjoying it. And I thought, if I could do this, I could make a career out of this. I'm all right at it. I'm quite organised and get things done. But do I want to be him when I'm 40? Do I want to look like that? And I was like,
Yeah.
and we hadn't got kids at the time. So I took the plunge. I was like, I'm going to go for it and try and see if I can earn a living out of this. So I gave up my actual job, went freelance, and started doing commentating, and luckily picked up some work doing some TV stuff and production stuff and interviewing, and didn't look backwards after that, really.
That's mega. That's mega. It's just to say, because obviously, I went off and did my working at Silverstone thing and in car racing and all the rest of it. And then, I think last time I saw you at a circuit was probably at Spa. Remember when we bumped into each other at Spa? Was that a Fun Cup race, was it?
It would have
That
been
was a Fun Cup race, I think,
Fun
wasn't
Cup 25-hour race.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I was racing a Lotus that weekend.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, they would often be on the same package. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can get some of the Fun Cup stuff up.
There you go. So that was Fun Cup was my first TV gig, really. Well, second. Actually, the first one was Rissington. The guy that I commentated at the Midland Championships, and they filmed it one year.
Right.
Production company that filmed it. I harassed him for ages and said, "Look, can I do the TV commentary? Because I know everybody. I've done this all for years." Rather than get somebody in, he's I don't know, and TV. I was like, I can do it. Trust me. Like I'll do it for nothing. Just give me a chance to do it, and did it. Did the TV commentary, and then that proved to be a good idea because that made me contacts with that production company. The guy's passed away now, called Frank Johns. He used to do a lot of producing, and he did other karting events, but he did the Fun Cup.
Right.
And then basically done that since the start, and it's sort of grown into a bit more of a full-time production. And he said, I need to concentrate on producing. At the moment, I'm producing it and I'm doing the interviews. Could you do the interviews and could you do a bit of presenting? I was like, yeah, okay. So that was how I got into doing TV work, was through the Fun Cup.
Through Fun Cup, was it?
Like 2000 I think it started in 2004. So I think it's a couple of years into the championship. About 2006, I think I started doing that.
Mm-hmm. So you sent me some decent videos, because it's taken you you do. Well, give me a list of all the championships you've commentated or do commentate on, either in the past or present. There's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Well, of late, the big things that I do. Well, since 2016, I've been the lead commentator for the British touring cars at the circuit. So the circuit commentary, which was a dream job for me.
Yeah.
I've done that for 10 seasons now. Love it. Racing's mega, and since 2020, I've been the lead TV commentator for the DTM, which is also mega. Like the racing is brilliant. So German Touring Car Championship as it was, but they're GT3 cars these days.
What is it shown on?
It goes to 150 different countries. So basically, you get the German TV commentators. It goes out live in Germany on one of their main, their equivalent to ITV, one of their main stations. And so in Germany and Austria, it's taken in the German language, but we do the English international TV commentary, which is basically every other country around the world. In the UK, until a couple of years ago, it was on BT Sport, but it's on Premier Sports now, which is one of those sort of subscription channels that you have to get with Sky, but you can. I mean, the races in certain countries, you can watch it live on YouTube, and if you've got a VPN, let's say, you could probably watch it in the UK on YouTube live as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I worked on it for... I got that through circuit commentary, because when it came to the UK for a few years at Brands Hatch, I was the pit lane reporter for the crowd that were there, and then got to know the championship, and then through David Addison got to meet Dave Richardson, who was the DTM commentator, who needed a second voice, and did a few years of 3 or 4 appearances a year as a second commentator. And then Dave decided he was getting too busy with all the stuff he does, backed down and recommended to the DTM that I take over, which was, again, more good luck for me. So I started doing that in 2020, doing the TV commentary.
Mega.
Which is mega. So those are my 2 main things that I do now. I'm lucky enough every year to do the British Grand Prix at Silverstone as well with David Addison.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Let me see if I can find that's shot of that. Yeah.
That's a bucket list.
Yeah, definitely.
So got to do it. First time was 2011, when they used to have 3 commentators, and it was Silverstone TV, and you did the commentary for the circuit and the big screens. So I did it for a few years, and then the budget got cut, and they went back to 2 commentators, and I was the third guy in, so I didn't do it for a couple of years. And then Ian Titchmarsh, who was the legend of circuit commentary for many years,
Yeah.
he backed down from doing it. He wanted to do less commentary as he was sort of getting to retirement age. So David Addison said, I'm going to take his job as the lead commentator. Do you want to do my job and be in the commentary box at Beckett's? I was like, yes, please. And apart from that 1 year of COVID, I've done it every year since, which is just mega. Like, to have the chance to, somebody who started out commentating at Rissington for 40 quid a day or whatever it was, to end up being part of the British Grand Prix, doing that commentary. I never take it for granted that I'm going to get it the next year, but I keep asking me back for some reason.
Oh, mate, it's fantastic. What a great thing to have happen. I'm really looking forward to going to the British Grand Prix. I haven't been for a good number of years, and I'm looking forward to hearing your voice again on the commentary.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great weekend. And even if you get a not entirely competitive season of F1, Silverstone always tends to throw up a good Grand Prix, a good race. And we've had some real good battles over the years.
Yeah.
I suppose the highlight was the year before last when Hamilton got his first win for ages.
Yes.
And won. And the noise was, it's pretty good. When Lando won this year, it was pretty incredible. But the noise when he won, just superb.